Welcome back to Forensic Lectures. In this video lecture, we are going to see X-rays and the X-ray based techniques. So what we will cover today is that what is X-ray, what is XRD and XRF. So let us first see what is an X-ray. So X-ray radiation, or it is also known as what? X radiation. Okay, so it is a penetrating form of high energy electromagnetic radiation. So in the last video lectures, right, we have learned about the UV, IR, right, the visible. Yes, they are all present on the electromagnetic spectrum. They difference between each of them is they are present on a particular wavelength, right? So X-rays have wavelength ranging from where 10 nanometers to 10 picometers. Okay, so from 10 nanometers to 10 picometer, corresponding to the frequency in the range of 30 petahertz, that is 3 into 10 raised to 16 hertz, to 30 exahertz, that is 3 into this is 10,019 hertz. Okay, so their energies also range from 124 keV to 145, okay, respectively. So this is how the X-rays range, or how their energy levels are. So X-ray wavelength are shorter than those of UV and typically longer than those of gamma rays. So X-ray on the electromagnetic spectrum, where it will be present, so shorter means before the UV, and after means before the this gamma and UV. If we compare them, then they falls like this on the electromagnetic wave, okay, electromagnetic spectrum. So X-ray diffraction is referred to as what? Roentgen radiations. So why it is referred to as Roentgen radiation is because it was discovered by one German scientist, Sir William Conrad Roentgen. Okay, so he discovered this in November 8, 1895. So after his name, they were named as Roentgen radiation. So generally they are considered invisible. Like the UV we can see, right, certain times, but the IR's radiation, they are invisible. So in the last video lectures we have seen this, right? So but in special circumstances this X-ray can be visible. Okay, so what are the uses of this X-ray radiation is that, like the microscopic analysis which are done using the X-rays, they which uses what? Electromagnetic radiation. So where in the soft X-ray bond to produce an image of very small object, like object which are not visible to our naked eyes, or it is very small, like in the like in nanometers. Okay, so their image can be formed. Then X-ray fluorescence, that is XRF technique, okay, which uses what? X-ray to generate what? They generate this image of this what type of specimen are present, and they detected. Then outgoing energy of the X-ray can also be identified, okay, the composition of the sample. Then radiography, okay, this is radiography, like cultural object, most often like X-ray paintings, like a paintings, right, big paintings, they will have different color, they will use different pigments, right? So the color pigments which will be there, they will be identified by this X-rays. Also wherever there is like under drawings, alteration, okay, erasures, any type of things, like the document, in the document section we have this type of things, right, the forgeries, a type of forgeries, right? So they can be detected with this. And pigments like what? Lead white, they show well, mostly this lead white, it is shown well on the radiograph. Then here there is one example, right, there was a painting of Van Gogh, okay, so it was the color analyzing degradation was seen with this X-ray spectroscopy, okay. microspectroscopy. Then the airport, if you go to airports, you will see your luggage is going inside certain machine, right? What they are actually doing, they are scanning your x-ray this luggages for inspecting the interior of the luggage for security threat before landing on the aircraft. Okay, then moving to XRD. So what is XRD? XRD means what? X-ray diffraction analysis. So it is also a non-destructive technique, means the sample is not destroyed, that provides detailed information about crystallographic structure. Like each and every element, they are crystallographically arranged, right? Voids are present, like we have in our 12 sense, right? Like there was arrangement of certain crystals, how they are arranged and packed, right? So they can tell us the crystallographic structure, chemical composition, physical properties of the material. So it is based on the constructive interference of what? Monochromatic X-ray and a crystalline sample. So monochromatic X-ray means the X-ray which will be there, a single strand of the ray, okay, it will pass and determine this. So XRD works on irradiating a material with incident X-ray and then measuring the intensities and scattering angles of the X-ray that leave the material. So a material, suppose here is that, so irradiation means what? Bombarding. Okay, so it is bombarded one single X-ray strand. So that's how it is done. Like we have seen neutron activation energy. In that, what happens? A single neutron, it goes and bombard to the nucleus, right? Same way here, like the X-ray, it goes and bombard to the sample. So the working principle of X-ray is what? This method involves scattering of X-ray due to the resolution of electron in the atom's nucleus when the X-ray strikes the nanoparticle. The scattered X-ray are refracted in the various direction, which causes interference pattern. So this whole interference pattern which is there, it is measured, and based on this, all these properties are identified. So what are the uses of this? Is that X-ray diffraction, it is commonly used to determine what? Cutting edge. So cutting edge means what? There will be different types of drugs, okay, so they will have the particle size, right? So they can determine like which, from which source it has come. So it is non-destructive and can be performed on crystalline form of drug and are required no sample preparation. So sample preparation is not required, like in the chromatography we need to prepare, right, everything. So directly we can take the sample and do this analysis. Then phase identification of crystalline material, they can provide information on unit cell dimension, means in this there will be many particles, so this small particle, everything detail will be known. They can analyze material if they are finely ground, homogenized, or average bulk composition can be determined with the help of XRD. Then XRF means what? X-ray fluorescence. Okay, it is also a non-destructive techniques. So here what happens is that it is it will tell us the elemental composition of the material. So XRF, it and there will be an analyzer. They will determine the chemistry of the sample by measuring the fluorescence. Fluorescence is what? Is actually the X-ray rays which will be there. They will be secondary. Okay, they will be emitted from the sample when it is excited by the primary X-ray. Like the Raman spectroscopy, we have learned about the ground state and the excited state, right? So they will same way it will be here. Like the principle here tells that the fluorescent energy which will be there, it will be equal to the energy difference between the two electron shell. Okay, so electron shell means what? Here it will be the nucleus of the electron. Then there will be shells, like each electron will be present on the each cell, right? So they will determine the difference between this shell. Okay, therefore the energy of this radiation is a characteristics for the atom and indicates what atom is present in the sample. So the uses of this are like identification of element in pigments, metal alloys and other material of evidential clues that will be recovered from the crime scene. Okay. Then XRF, they are also useful in they are also useful, and it is a non-destructive tool for measuring elemental composition of metal, glass and ceramics compound. Okay, like the evidence which will be there, they will be crystalline in nature, they will be all they will be solid, or even in the melted form they can be identified. So what is the difference between the XRD and XRF is that this X sorry